Hello there.
Yes, hello there and welcome to today's lore video featuring the one and only personal starship of Dash Rendar, the Outrider. Now, as with other YT series vessels, the YT 2400 was saucer shaped and its cockpit was attached to the hull's starboard side by a pair of broad bracing arms. Now, whereas the Millennium Falcon's cockpit was a relatively small module, that of the YT 2400 comprised a long tube with the aft section of which containing a 6-person escape pod. Another interesting feature of the YT 2400 was its gun turrets. Just as the Millennium Falcon had turrets on top of its hull, as well as hanging from its belly, the Outrider also came equipped with Dimac double laser cannons that were similarly placed on the top and the bottom of the hull. Typically, Rendar could not resist tinkering, and even these weapons were personally modified by him. Now, not really the trusting type, it was rare for Rendar to travel with anyone other than his own droid, Lebo. Consequently, he set the gun turrets to be controlled remotely by a targeting computer located in the ship's cockpit. Although this was less accurate, it at least meant that they didn't have to remain idle during the heat of battle. Now, although he never officially joined the rebels, for several years prior to the fall of Emperor Palpatine, the travels of Dash Rendar and the Outrider coincided with the movements of several of the key players in the Alliance. On one occasion, Rendar had just delivered some supplies to the rebels in Hoth when the Empire launched a surprise attack. It was only the Outrider's speed and maneuverability that allowed Rendar to evade the Imperial blockade and escape. And after Han Solo's capture by the Empire, the Outrider and Rendar's services were once again hired by Princess Leia to help rescue him. This mission culminated in a battle with Prince Xizor of Black Sun, during which Rendar and the Outrider were thought to have been destroyed. It wasn't until some years later that word got out that Rendar had in fact survived. Like all Corellian Engineering Corporation ships, or CEC ships, and the YT series in particular, the YT 2400 was easy to modify, heavily armoured, and fast. Now, it was largely for these reasons that CEC became the manufacturer of choice for smugglers, pirates, and other nefarious rogues the galaxy over. This was also why Dash Rendar, smuggler and pilot, chose the YT 2400 to serve his own starship needs. Now, as with Han Solo and the Falcon, to Rendar, the Outrider was a labour of love. Generally evasive when asked how he could afford to buy such a vessel, Rendar occasionally hinted that it was bought for him by a well-to-do Twi'lek employer in gratitude for his hard work and admiration of his formidable piloting skills. And at other times he was known simply to just smirk and declare that it wasn't by clean living. Now, Rendar had barely flown the Outrider for the first time when he asked the renowned Celestian engineer Balabo Hujan to make some modifications. Now, while docked at Biblos Starport Tower 214, Hujan replaced the Outrider's engines with 3 stolen military-grade Kongar KG Defender iron models. Additionally, Rendar had the Outrider's original hyperdrive ripped out and exchanged for a modified Sorosub Griffin YT-2G. Looking back, it is curious that Rendar didn't just hold out for an even more powerful unit than this. Although the YT-2G was far faster than all Imperial craft, it was still only a Class .75 hyperdrive, and so it compared unfavourably with the Class .5 hyperdrive boasted by Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. But it may of course just be that Rendar could not afford both a more advanced hyperdrive and the powerful and highly illegal sensor stealth system with which the ship had also been equipped. Whatever the reason, it's clear that Rendar had plenty of scope for additional tinkering and modifications. And that is Dash Rendar's Outrider in a nutshell. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you on the next one, and until then, may the Force be with you.